It's only 6 months till Christmas, so let's do a Christmas whisky. Paul John, Christmas edition 2019. Hello and welcome to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I'm a little bunged up because of allergies. I've just found out that I've got, well, not just found out, but it's pretty much just came upon me that I've got hay fever. Something I never had before, and then all of a sudden, kind of last summer, this summer, out of nowhere, bam, running nose and puffy, scratchy eyes. So I'm hoping this whiskey is going to clear a little bit of it and hopefully help me. Anyway, today we're going to look at Paul John Christmas Edition 2019. My girlfriend gave me this, was it for Christmas? It might have been for my birthday or Valentine's Day, possibly Valentine's Day. Anyway, my girlfriend gifted me this, my first Indian whiskey, first world whiskey, or first bottle of world whiskey, and yeah, it's Paul John. It's bottled at 46% ABV. It's finished in Pedro Xiemenez, and it's lightly peated. So a little bit about Paul John. They are based in Goa, in India. I think it's a little island off India, and I think they're relatively new, the 2000s, I believe. Stevie and I kind of covered a little bit about them in our World Whisky versus Scotch Whisky video. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a little card up. But yeah, in India, or in Goa specifically, Paul John, they have high humidity and their maturation times are a little less than ours because of the high humidity. Scotland, for example, with our humidity loses 2% of whisky to the angel share, whereas Paul John in India, they lose 8 to 10%. So in terms of like a cask, over 3 years, a hogshead in Scotland would wield 350 bottles, but in India, the Paul John hogshead would only wield 150 after 3 years. So they have slightly less maturation times due to this, but also due to the humidity, the whisky matures a lot quicker. So they usually bring out 3 to 4 year old, and they say that's around about 15-year-old. So yeah, this is about 3 to 4 year old. And 15-year-old in Scottish terms, supposedly. What else can I say about it? It's non-chill filtered, no added colouring. I don't think they add colouring to any of their whiskies, and there's only one whisky from their core range expressions that is 40% ABV, so chill filtered, and that I believe is Nirvana. So from the core range, you have Brilliance, you have Bold, you have Nirvana, you have Edited, and they're all 46%, and they also have Classic, but I'm not sure if that's part of their core range or not. It's 55.2%, but we've tried all them, or I've tried all them at a whisky festival, and the only one I wasn't really made up on was the 40% ABV. However, all the rest were rather tasty, and I've yet to have a bad Paul John really. So I'm a little bit through this bottle. Like I said, no added colouring, it's got a nice colour there. The box is off, or the cylindrical box. Yeah, it is still a box, isn't it? What do you call these? Sleeves? The sleeve is very Christmassy. It's got presents and things on it, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see the inside, but the inside looks like wrapping paper. So yeah, it's pretty cool, rather Christmassy. I think they bring out one every year. They brought out one in 2018, so it would be good to see what the 2018 one's like, or even the 2021 if they bring out another one. But yeah, batch number one I've got here, manufactured date 10th of August. It's got a lot of kind of information on there, I suppose. Does not contain any added flavour or colour. 46% ABV, 80.5% proof, or is that degrees? For export overseas, and it's got tasting notes on there, but we'll go into them at the end, I suppose, and see how my tasting notes compare. So yeah, it's slightly peated, and the peated barley gets imported from Scotland. However, they use all their own, or the peated smoked barley comes from Scotland, but they actually source all their own barley from India. So I think they'll probably get barley that's smoked or peated smoked from Scotland, and maybe mix it with their own barley, because it is lightly peated, it's not all peated. It says with a hint of peat. So get down to the nose. It's £55, £60 per bottle. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick it up anymore, it might be sold out. The nose, there's orange peel, there's cognac, praline, there's a kind of creaminess, cinnamon sticks and vanilla pod. Yeah, it's quite creamy, quite nutty. However, still got, like I said, that orange sweetness. It is rather spicy on the nose. But yeah, that's the majority I'm getting from the nose. Should have maybe got some water to try with this, but I think at 46% we're alright. Yeah, it seems like quite a sticky whiskey. The palate. Initially, there's a real sweet caramel flavour. However, it gets abruptly taken over by a real urgency of spiciness. There's star anise for sure. It's huge. I mean, I sometimes get star anise in sherry flavoured whiskies, and it's more like a kind of subtle flavour, but this is really a big impact to star anise. There's some mulled wine on the palate as well. Another more gingerbread kind of spiciness, more spiciness should I say, from like a gingerbread or ginger flavour. The peat is there, and I like the fact that it does say with a hint of peat, because the peat's very subtle, but it's evident on the end of the palate, almost encroaching on the finish. You can't really tell, possibly tell on the nose, but I don't think it's that strong enough to mention. And I reckon I'm just picking it up because I know it's got peat in it. But on the palate, yeah, the peat comes in right at the end. The finish for me is medium. There's more sweetness, some peat smoke, spiced orange. There's dark forest fruits, there's dark chocolate, and there's also a coffee, yeah, there's a coffee tone, coffee flavour to the end of the whiskey as well. It's a delight, it's a good whiskey. I think obviously it's not matured in PX for the full time. Pedro Xiemenez, it is finished in it as it says. I'm not sure how long it's finished in. And the hint of peat as well, I think it ties all real well together. I think it's well balanced. I think there's enough going on. And yeah, for me it is a whiskey win. I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness now towards the end of the finish. So I could probably say it's medium to long finish, but yeah, I'm getting a bit of nuttiness there. It's, yeah, £55 for a bottle of this. I know there's no age on it or anything like that, but this is a superb whiskey really. It's not overpriced for what it is. It's exported from India, so it has travelled a long way. So I wonder if that puts anything in part on the price. But they're obviously not having to mature it as long, so I'm assuming that helps with the price, keeping the price down. But like I said, I've not really had a bad Paul John, so I would definitely give this a try if you haven't, and if you can, give it a try if you find that someone will give it a try. Yeah, and also just try Paul John in general. I think their stuff's quite good. I'll just go into the back of the notes, see what it says. With deep golden hues, this limited Paul John Christmas edition is from the tropical shores of Goa along the west coast of India. Exquisite aromas of orange blossom honey, pralines and luscious baked apples enhance delightful flavours of sweet honey, fine raisins and dry plum. I totally agree with the orange and the pralines for sure. The light mocha, I suppose that will give me from the coffee, and a lighter smoke on the palate leads to a long Pedro Xiemenez finish of spicy French toast and delicious smoked nuts. Thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.